Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, more of The Wire Season 2, Episode 7, Backwash. Now, before we get into the thoughts on the previous episode, I wanted to address a few comments, do a few little housekeeping on the series, comments and ideas and things that have kind of been left in the dust as I'm going through the second season. First of all, yes, today I will not be an orange jelly bean. I instead am going to be a gray bag of shit. So, yes, in the previous episode I did call Wallace Brandon. My brain reached out and picked the word Brandon, which was coincidentally the name of Baby Boy's character, but that's not who I was thinking about at all. Like D'Angelo's role and Brandon's role, you know, they were kind of, they were the parallels I was trying to talk about. So another comment on the 2.5 video said that one of the best scenes ever was in episode 2.6. I didn't actually think it was the strip club scene, everyone. Like, when I watched the episode and then I went back to the comment, I was like, was it the strip club scene or was it this Omar Court stuff? So, I'm there. I just, in the moment, say stupid things. It's what I'm here for. Another thing, there was somebody who was making comments about the channel and about the type of stuff here. And, you know, I do my general reply of, I don't have a Patreon. I don't have commercials, I'm not selling anything, and it's at the discretion of, you know, the copyright holder what fair use defines by. I get comments like this every once in a while. I don't know why, they just show up and are like, like I invented the format, or I'm the first version of the format they've seen, but I like to think I'm one of the least promotional marketing, you know, bandwagoning off of the copyright channels out there. Considering that I have no monetization at all. This is just hours and hours of editing to take like 45 minutes hour episode to like 20 minutes of footage, and then of that 20 minutes a lot of the visuals are blurred or my face is full screen, so it's like 40% of the material is what actually gets viewed about. But then ultimately it's like at the YouTube filters it out. It sees things, it says this is good, this is not good. This copyright user allows this copyright user allows that. So anyone who comes in here preloaded with their own opinions or prejudices or biases on how it should work, that's fine, but how it does work is different. I mean, I put the disclaimer on the screen. I put it in the description of the videos. The filters, the blocks, the catches, you know, it's still gonna do its thing. So anything you see up on here is not at the detriment of the copyright holder because it's what they've allowed. Does it look like I have the focus or the drive for monetization or success? Didn't know if I should hide the user from the channel or just turn off alerts on the comment or hide the comment or what. So I hid the user and then flagged him as unhidden because I was like, no, I don't want to gatekeep. I don't, you know, whatever. Like, just because I have the power to say goodbye doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do that. Doesn't mean it's right. Again, having a ratio or having the power dynamic doesn't make you right. It just makes it easy for you to make a decision. Now that we've rambled on for 5 minutes about that, let's talk about the show, shall we? Like, the show. So, I'm not going to lie. Last episode, at the end, after D'Angelo's fate, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure, and this was the only time I've ever looked ahead on the source material out of any show I've ever watched. I was just like, let me just go to the synopsis for this episode and make sure it doesn't word it as is choked out and left unresponsive, you know, or it's like, no, is murdered, is left dead, is staged suicide. So this is the only episode I ever, like, I couldn't believe it. I was in such denial that they would remove D'Angelo like this at this point in the show. But that's you know, I don't want to branch off into other shows that had no problem killing people on HBO. Some deaths feel dumb or not executed well, written poorly. When the shock dissipates and you go, holy shit, they did it, like that's how you know it was a good move. So I think them, you know, removing D'Angelo like that, as much as I was in shock and denial that ultimately it's going to shake things up massively, is a crazy dramatic point for the show moving forward. What else? Oh, Night Shift, yeah! I don't know if they went to the Night Shift strip bar or it was just some other place and they, staged it as that place. Is Night Shift still open? It's been like 12, 14 years since I've been there. And ultimately, that would be the last strip club I've went to, so let me see. Night Shift, Instagram, Baltimore. I can't tell if it's the same location or not by looking at the Instagram. There's a lot of ass cheeks everywhere, and that's cool too. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same location, but there's definitely a Night Shift Baltimore. This is not sponsored, by the way. Unless you guys, do you want to have a meetup? You guys want to meet up there? No, wait a minute, I'm getting distracted. We gotta close this out. Oh, they got Grey Goose? I'm paying attention now. Prop Joe talking with Sergey and Nikki. And Nikki was like, hey, thanks for being straight on this. Fool. You and your cousin would be cadaverous motherfuckers. The higher up the game they go, Ziggy's always wrong. Ziggy's always fucking up. But the higher up the game they go, like I want to feel like Nick is doing good, but he might be reaching his skill cap. Like him doing half the drugs and half payment in cash instead of all cash. I don't know. And then him talking to Prop Joe, thanks for being straight about it. And misinterpreting that whole interaction. Okay. One of the longest intros ever. We're at 10.5 minutes. Bill really rested and was awake a little bit before turning on the camera. So I guess that's what happens. But I'm only going to have time to record this today because the bird will be awake soon. So no more rambling. Let's get into it. Season 2, Episode 7 of The Wire, Backwash. Here we go. Way too loud. Holy shit.
Something in particular?
Funeral.
I'm sorry. Well, no, I mean I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who was it that passed? A relation?
Nah, we worked together.
Are they talking about D'Angelo's?
We wasn't all that tight, but he was still my nigga,
I think I'm on it.
Hell yeah. See, this what I'm talking about.
That Gat and Grip thing over there sells a lot. We can do that in...
That is...
Damn. When you stand with a nigga, you stand with him to the end. Otherwise you ain't nothing yourself.
True that. How your boy fall?
Hung himself.
He's talking about all this shit, but then he shot Wallace.
Gave him 20. I guess he couldn't handle all them years, It's a weak-ass nigga when you think about it. But ain't no reason to drag his name down no further, But make it look like one of them towers down on Franklin Terrace. The high-rises, right?
You want the arrangement to look like a high-rise housing project?
Hell yeah. Just make sure the towers look like they do.
The imagery there, I'm wondering, because when the camera first cut across the room, there was a crucifix. That machinery right there, I was watching somebody react to War of the Worlds, and Tom Cruise got out of the equipment and was walking to his car. And the guy who plays the judge on this show was down there on the docks yelling at him. So my brain was like, what is the judge doing working the docks? It's like the more movies and TV shows you watch, the more little coincidences, and are these Easter eggs, type things you start seeing. Don't worry, kid. You're still on the clock. Horseface.
You cloned a what?
A computer.
We can watch how the cargo comes off the ship in real time.
If Daniels has a detail set up already, maybe he takes the murders too.
He ain't no fool, Jay. He's just giving us a room with no view is all.
Every time I see him, I think he lost some weight.
That was approval, right? He just gave approval to go ahead with this. So what's next?
Next is for us to get them dock boys back to thinking that we've gone away. I mean, we spooked them right good with that grand jury shit. Now, if we're gonna set up on them, they need to think that we ain't gonna be a problem no more.
I don't want out here all day taking a chance, right? I'm saying police roll up into this bitch and ain't gonna be you to catch no charge. Come Friday, me and my niggas done sold all that shit off. Come past and get paid.
Hey, Frog.
You ain't gonna fuck me, are you, Frog?
And I don't know how to tell you this without hurting you deeply. You happen to be white. I'm talking raised on Rapola Street white. come up with 500 in advance and the 210 that you owe to Zig, you can work my package.
Shit was good. Lucci sold out quick. Keep it real, y'all.
Whatever. Yo.
Yo. Okay, this car was shot and showed when Stringer talked to somebody in the car, and then they lingered on it, and I thought it was weird. I don't know if I cut it out or not, but I knew it was going to come back.
Everything to your satisfaction?
Yeah, you want it.
Prison people taking it that that bull hung his own self, right? But that your man Avon even knew about it?
No, it's his nephew.
You on your own here, huh?
You better be careful. He get rid of you.
It ain't none of your business. And if I were you, I wouldn't want a word of this mess up in Avon's ear.
Baltimore niggas off the hook. I swear.
DC, what are you doing?
My man, that bullshit ain't on you. It ain't, man.
Fuck him.
I wonder if he suspects
He knew
anything.
when he hung himself how we was gonna carry it. He knew that. Nigga did that shit to hurt me, man. D was just fucking weak.
After the fact, justifying it.
Along since he was a shorty, nigga. You see me, I try to bring him up, man. Bring him along.
Yeah, you was good to him, just saying. It might have been for the best. You know?
This is a fucking time bomb, waiting for him to find out that Stringer did that.
We need a bug. Something that can stand up to the pressures of the modern urban crime environment.
Let me show you.
I've been to quite a few gun stores. I don't recall surveillance equipment and spying shit being...
Sturdy as hell. You get this bad boy within 10 feet of any conversation. Sounds like Chuck Thompson doing play-by-play.
How much?
1,500.
Yeah, this isn't even like backroom, let me show you some crazy shit.
The police discount drops it to $1,250.
You in?
Am I in? The man just said $1,250, Herc.
Hey, listen, we've been doing hand-to-hands for a while now, and we ain't no higher up on the ladder on those corners. Okay? We're just gonna use it for a couple of days.
Yeah, Mr. Sergeant's pay over there.
You gave him a home.
Oh, and I was watching somebody
Detective
react to The
Moreland's
Boys,
target looks
and
to be
he's
the
in The
same as yours.
Boys.
No. You solve the murders, I'll love you for the stats. If you don't, I've made it so the homicide unit doesn't have to bear the whole brunt.
No.
Come on, Lieutenant. A good turn here will not be forgotten.
Sorry, Colonel. You keep the murders in my estates covered.
I have a feeling they're still going to press it on him. Like, they got him to not retire. They got him to
Smart
go to
already
the team.
Where's your friend?
Who's that?
The black fella, the homicide guy.
Case is done for all I know. Starting tomorrow, I'm down at the Fairfield terminals.
Fairfield?
Yeah, bosses want another car patrolling the chemical plants. Because of terrorism, I guess.
Chemical plants, yes.
You need to be uptown here with us.
In some shots, she looks a little younger than I originally thought, okay?
You got stripes in the southeast? You can't pull Valchek's spy van to work his own fucking detail?
Man, I never seen that thing.
Shit's hypnotic. Boring, too.
It's like watching the old read-write on the defrag, moving the blocks and the bits around the screen in chunks.
Is that the Valaprosa?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a Talco line ship. Doesn't have Horseface working. Probably wasting half a day watching it offload.
Nothing's wasted. I'm getting a feel for this shit. How it plays and works without the dirt.
So when they lose a can...
I see it go.
To bring goods to an exploding global economy and to deliver those goods faster, cheaper, and safer, modern robotics do much of the work in the world's largest seaport. Smart card technology provides greater security and improved accountability with no need for unreliable human surveillance.
Can't tell if the dudes were interested in the new tech or trying to figure out ways around it already. Who's got the tennis ball? Did he leave it down there?
Isn't technology the fucking bomb? Huh?
Till everyone has it and it's fucking everywhere and you can't escape it, and then we're in a fucking dystopia.
350 million tons of cargo annually, leaving Singapore a distant second.
What kind of man hours are the stevedores clocking over there?
Yeah, it's a lot of automation.
I don't have those figures handy. Sorry.
It's gonna be a lot of work for fewer people.
By eliminating some of the more dangerous work, the Rotterdam technologies have reduced employee work-related accidents and injuries by 60%.
Can't get hurt if you ain't working, right?
20-foot containers.
No, they work.
Hey, Jackie.
Strain? You too, huh? We got enough food for 3 weeks right now.
How's Brianna?
I'm sure she's torn up about it. Ah, Stringer. What's gonna happen to you?
How you holding up? Bree.
Mama. The one who paid for the fucking killing is the one rubbing your back. That's fucked. It's like that one lyric.
That's your half on the last 2 packages. Plus what Frog owed you on your own shit. It's all there, cuz.
I'm upset that you're taking care of it.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Smiley?
He's a little Fredo, you know? This little Fredo fuck up.
Packages were my thing, Nick. Fuck if you ain't handle that business better, too.
See, we're making money.
Yeah, and I think that guy is maybe older than I thought he was, so it puts him in closer to Russell's. So I apologize again.
I got other issues right now.
What do you mean you got other issues? You got a court summon? What?
Eternity? Priscilla Catlow. Oh, Jesus, Nick. You called this lawyer?
Figured I'd get drunk first.
The real night shift is out by some fucking railroad tracks. So I'm wondering last episode if they really did do that or just use some other place.
A lot of girls. Pretty ones. Most of them had some kind of accent anyway.
Guess Jardine's friend hooked us up good.
And there's some woman I seen go into the back room. She looks a little bit older.
Madam, the
I
mom.
couldn't get close enough to say much about her. She looks about 40.
Okay, so what does he think a 40-year-old woman looks like? Let's find out. I love her giving him shit.
When I was in the basement, it made sense to quit. It did. But once Burrell reached out...
But Burrell is the one that you crossed. And he's not likely to forget that, is he?
Rawls calls me up to CID. Asks me to take his homicides from the dead girls in that shipping container. I told him no shot.
The election's been scheduled. And you knew last year when we gave you the votes that this time was going to be Ott's turn. You knew that.
Black, white, what's the difference, Nat? Until we get that fucking canal dredged, we're all niggers. Pardon my French.
Or Polacks, pardon mine.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't about Ott. One more year. Then Ott stays secretary-treasurer for the next 2, no problem.
Timely contributions. Last minute friends.
Brucey, baby.
Frankie's the bug, yeah? How's it hanging?
You talked to the presiding officers yet?
A lot of girls, a lot of muscle. When'd you get served with these?
I got them in the mail this morning.
Don't you have to be served in person?
When Pokey Barber got hit with paternity, a sheriff had to come to his house and serve him with papers.
They pranked him with the fake papers, knowing he'd come in there thinking he...
The fuck you calling? The lawyer on this fucking piece of bullshit.
The Greek. That'll settle. Oh, fuck.
Shyster, shyster, shyster.
That's funny. Gotcha, gotcha, and gotcha.
Never meant to be. Long jobs. Boy, poverty.
You should feel the greatest sense of relief right now. Not anger towards them. Fucking relief. Alright, so they're just getting information right now because they could have at any time just rolled up on them like, hey, we're police.
Okay. Tell me something. When you have to go, where do you go?
Sir?
Wrong building.
6th floor, all of them.
That was the whole thing, just peeking to see. Got it.
Thomas Horseface Pacusa, slated to be the ship run on Talco Lines Esmeralda, ETA noon tomorrow, berth 6, Patapsco Terminal.
So we're on.
Right now, the less the lieutenant knows he's involved in the murder investigation, the happier he'll feel.
New truck, yo?
Ah, what the fuck?
Spending money now, are we?
Got to say, man, your thing is tight. Best around here in a long while.
No way. No way. That's what I thought was gonna happen if they're couldn't figure out what it was.
Don't fuck me!
What the? Oh, the cost. The microphone inside of there. Got it. I mean, they didn't have a surveillance van because it was gone. You think they could have gotten permission to do some sort of surveillance. Wouldn't have to use their own money.
Bunk, you set up on Newkirk and Ronan. Me and Russ will be inside on the computer. That leaves the terminal itself to Kima.
I'm thinking I should borrow that CG&E truck from narcotics. Slap on a hard hat, pick up a clipboard.
What if they're not sneaking anything off this time? What then?
Oh, then tragically, you will have wasted yet another day in a life you've already misspent in the service of the city of Baltimore.
He's had a pie tattoo on the back of his neck. Has that been there the whole time? I don't ever recall seeing that on him.
You ain't been working much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I think that's the problem. He's doing things that you would do.
Tell him what you want. If you want salvation, tell him what you want.
So much than just the glances and exchanges between the characters and their reflection on this moment. And Prop Joe was kind of glancing over. I thought it looked suspicious, but that just may be...
Y'all sent him off right, though. As good a homecoming as I've been to. Ain't exactly talking out of turn when I say that West Side dope been weak for a while now. Every dope fiend in the city know that Avon been putting out piss. Y'all got the best territory and no kind of product. I got the best product, but could stand a little more territory, so you see where this thing need to go.
Oh.
Well, now you know.
Side dealing on Avon after killing his nephew?
Buy for $1, sell for $2. That all it need be. You got the towers. I got what goes in them.
Or does he want him to take this to a...
I'll talk to Avon. You do that, Holmes. Do that.
Come on, Bruce, I can read a budget summary. There's nothing in there for dredging.
Shortfall in revenues.
Yak, 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 blah, blah, blah.
It's like saying all the checkers do is punch numbers into a computer, Frank.
The checkers are responsible for a lot, we've learned.
Because down here it's still, who's your old man till you got kids your own? Then it's, who's your son? But after the horror movie I seen today, robots. Piers full of robots. It breaks my fucking heart that there's no future for the Sabatkas on the waterfront.
There have been a few comments that say I don't really necessarily get Frank's character.
Under the assumption that because of your relentless diligence, the funding for the grain pier is going to pass the assembly.
We're straight up bribing him now to get the fucking...
But I'm also talking about the canal. So the Muldoons who run the old line state, they're going to talk about the canal until someday, some way that motherfucker gets dredged and we get some ships in here.
He's a family man. He's running the union. He's getting shit on the side. Like, what about my reaction to him suggests that I don't understand his character? Was it a joke? Was it a scene I excluded? You know? Can't keep it all. I cut out a lot of Horseface. That doesn't mean, you know, I don't understand Horseface. Uh-oh, are we gonna see it disappear?
Got one that disappeared.
Go ahead, Lester.
We got one. You prepared to copy? Send it. Zulu, Tango, Golf, Romeo.
Military phonetic speak. I forget what it's called.
I've got it in the yard.
1199.
So are they going to build a case on Horseface here, or are they just observing and documenting?
The driver takes it through checkout, in which case it might be that Horseface just entered the wrong container number and they find it there. Or it goes out to Bobtail Lane. If it does that, they're doing the dirt.
1214. He went around the checkout. Copy.
He's all yours, Bunk.
Copy.
Yeah, you can't follow in the same vehicle for too long. You gotta have multiple people tailing. Unless you don't care if you're spotted or making it obvious. Oh, I wasn't thinking. It's just the chemicals that Nick gave, passed around. It's just that...
Kind of warehouse.
No, the chemicals already happened, but Nicky gave them a piece of paper identifying more cans.
Be advised, it is a warehouse. Pyramid Incorporated.
Brianna, man. She putting it on you, huh?
Well, we did our thing with the homegoing, man. I mean, it came off nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody showed. I mean, how the fuck you gonna stop a man from doing some shit like that? Huh? I mean, what are you gonna do? Stay with him every damn minute, every day you can? It ain't on you. It ain't on you. I would tell you if it was.
Yeah, I thought the time bomb blowing up was going to be D'Angelo finding about everything Stringer was doing. Nah. Nah.
Yo, proposition, Joe. He came to the funeral. He wants to share if we cut him a slice of the towers. No, it's a thought. I mean,
It's not even a thought, man. No.
Anything come out?
There were girls in that can. They're still inside.
Mr. Bakusa received a call from Frank Sabatka's cell phone.
Both times he works a Talco line shift the next day.
And both times a can goes missing in the computer.
You need to do better for a wiretap.
Drugs. International drugs.
You mean you can tap a guy's phone if he's selling drugs, but if he's selling women, he's out of bounds?
That's the law.
Start looking at the 2-bedroom joints. We can pay. Got a new job. Like 3-4 days a week. Warehouse foreman for this Greek guy. Owns an appliance store down the avenue in Highlandtown.
You shouldn't be telling her, because what if she shows up?
How much, Nick?
Enough for a place to live now? Be happy? Don't ask questions?
We can pay down the truck. Still have enough left over for someplace nice. Out in the county.
You don't want to live out in the county because then you have to travel into the city.
$1,500. $1,250 with the police discount. Just couldn't stand up to the modern urban crime environment, man.
They wanted to test it for that purpose.
Sabatka?
That's what it says here.
That's the son's truck, right?
Yo, Beavis.
Or the
That's the name of
nephew.
the guy who was supposed to be working.
We got Nicholas.
How many fucking Sabatkas can there be, even down here in Pollocktown?
If I try to register him, Daniels will smell a rat. He trusts new cars. You got that trustworthy look.
It just kind of dawned on me what they're doing on the side and why. It suddenly clicked the way he said that.
We all got roles to play.
What's your role?
I'm just a humble motherfucker with a big-ass dick.
You give yourself too much credit.
That prop Joe in the bag. Looks like it.
I swear to God, if he plays that goddamn song one more time, I'm gonna clock his ass good.
Take him, Zig. He just looks big. Oh, fuck is he, huh? Oh, pussy.
You're trying to get Ziggy stomped.
You think I can take him?
They are setting you up for failure, bro. You're so dumb. I like Ziggy. He makes me feel better about myself.
Ambo's on the way.
Crushed.
Night work with Breakbook, Frank. I hate this shit. Can you hear my voice? Squeeze my hand.
This feels like weird, like arbitrary scene. Like, how did this happen? Why is this happening? This is just bringing heat, more heat to Sabatka.
I know it began for you as a bullshit detail, but this Sabatka's into some shit that needs to be worked by good police. You pick this case up, you might eat those open murders. But you let it pass. You gotta ask yourself how you want to live your day-to-day.
Oh, we're trying to guilt him now. Come on, Freeman. I like you, but come on.
From the guys in 1514.
Frank.
Yeah, let's talk about all this money, Frank.
Where's the money from?
Timely contributions and friends of the...
I got your murders. But what I need from you, I get. No arguments.
Why are my lights flickering? Is the power about to go out? I hope not.
You two get along, or I'm gonna take that tent down right now.
Elena.
No. I can care about you. And I can want us to be friends. And if you give me enough time, Jimmy, maybe I will actually want you to be happy. How am I supposed to trust you?
I think I cut it out, but she did say in a previous episode, it's been a year, I'm still angry. It was a scene at their little dinner date. I mean, it's like he fucked up. He knows he fucked up. He's trying to make amends. Will it work? Can it work? Should it work? These are questions for the philosophers.
But if the case does come together, I would at least have Rawls as a rabbi. It could still work for me.
Listen to yourself.
I love the job, Mom.
The job doesn't love you.
You know what I love? The mind that's always a step ahead of me.
Nina Sharp.
That's what I fell in love with.
Little Fringe joke if you don't watch Fringe.
Where'd that man go?
Okay. Didn't think there was much time left. Alright. Interesting episode. Kind of have to gather my thoughts for it. I'm a little mixed up right now, but let's get to the outro. Season 2, Episode 7, Backwash. Russell tells Sabatka the investigation is over, but a computer is cloned, and when a container goes missing, the cops follow. Okay. Alright, so that's the episode. Unfortunately, the bird is awake, so if you hear screaming and pleading and sad, pathetic little sounds of a broken heart, it's because she hears me in here talking to somebody or something that is not her. So, D'Angelo's death has been a great part of this episode. It's obviously the aftermath, because we open up, you know, it was 3 times, right? 3 times in the episode? Yeah, we opened up with like the funeral plans being made, making shit for him. Then we have the actual funeral halfway through the episode, and then later on Stringer goes to Avon and tells him about it. So it's like letting the dust settle and also setting the stage for whenever the hell Avon and Stringer, if that gets found out. Because there are things in shows that don't ever get discovered, you know? Things can be a dead end or a secret that never gets revealed to the wider, you know, characters in the show. Nick seems to be on the up and up, got a truck, looking at getting a place with his girl and kid, been running the packages around and, you know, connecting the dots, keeping Ziggy out of the loop so that he can't fuck things up. I'm just mousing through the timeline and I realized I even forgot a scene where like Weebay and Avon were talking in jail about the death of, you know, D, and just trying to come to terms with how it happened and why, and, you know, just pivot and move forward, like how to justify it or quantify it in your head and understand it. I think Avon is sold on it being a suicide, but it seemed like reluctance and having to talk to everyone to finally be at a place of, you know, accepting it. Or maybe he's got some lingering thing or something will come up down the road. I don't know, but that's where I feel it is for them for now. Kima and Prez running around doing their thing, observing and getting patterns on these girls and the box and the transport. And meanwhile, Herc and Carver, right, have their little tennis ball side thing they're trying to do, and I wasn't entirely sure what was going on, but then there was a conversation there where it was like, oh, maybe they're trying to weasel the case to completion or to shortcut it, which is interesting that you'd think dude wouldn't want to do it again, especially after Daniels called him out on it, right? That's just my interpretation right now of those scenes. When I go back and edit, I can mute myself and watch the whole thing and analyze and figure out and, connect the dot on things. But I feel like this is the first episode that McNulty was really out of the spotlight. He's normally either doing his crime thing, you know, his cop crime thing, solving crimes as a cop, that's what I mean. Or he's appearing in courthouses in the background or just chit-chatting with people. But like this episode, I think I only remember him and his wife wife and the kids in the backyard, right? Was there anything else? So it's like, it's a struggle with this show, because there's like Avon's family, there's the cops, there's the Sabakas, there's the Greeks, there's Prop Joe, there's the guys from DC, there's people in the jail. It's like so many names and faces and moving parts that some of it, on this first viewing of mine, does not get absorbed. I'm not gifted with hindsight, I don't know the future, and I only have a single viewing of everything I've seen. Anyways, this episode was a lot of fun, but this is going to do it for me for now. Thank you so much for being here. I am looking forward to episode 8 and hope to see you then. Thanks again, and goodbye.